Wulong is drawing closer and closer, and we're happy that Team Ninja is releasing a lot of in-depth information on the game's story and gameplay. Team Ninja has always had a track record of satisfyingly challenging games even before the rise of Dark Souls. Between that and some aspects of Omega Force's Warriors IP finding their way into Team Ninja's projects, Wulong Fallen Dynasty is looking to be very promising. Today we're gonna talk about some awesome games to play while waiting for Wulong. Not just because they're awesome games that'll fill the hype, but also because they'll make you understand why Wulong is something to look out for. Dynasty Warriors 8. This is where the Dynasty and Fallen Dynasty may have come from. Just like how Nioh featured character design inspirations from Samurai Warriors, Wulong will be doing the same but with Dynasty Warriors. So it's a great idea to get into Omega Force's cheesiest interpretation of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. We recommend Dynasty Warriors 8 in particular because it holds one of the largest rosters in the franchise, with over 70 playable characters and 83 if you actually count the expansions. Warriors games have always been known for their easy to get into combat and large-scale battles, but the 8th installment of the franchise does add some intelligent tweaks and additions to this overly familiar system. Warriors 8 is an entertaining way to get into the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and a great game to play if you're looking for a fun time slaying thousands of troops in the battlefield. Because come on guys, we're all gonna get killed a lot in Wulong. Ninja Gaiden II. Before Nioh and before Dark Souls, Team Ninja was already known for difficult but rewarding gameplay. Ninja Gaiden 2, and by extension the first game as well, delivered hardcore and high-octane combat that's still smooth and satisfying to play to this day. The PC port may have come with its own set of disappointments, but the shortcomings made it clear that so many aspects of the game mechanics, combat system, and animation works are still more sophisticated than some of the action games we have today. So you play as Ryo Hayabusa, who is notorious for being one of video games' most indiscreet ninjas, as he cuts down his foes with absolute finesse. This isn't some QTE fest like God of War. When you slaughter demons and men alike with absolute precision, you really feel like you earned it. Team Ninja may have moved on to Souls-likes, but so much of Ninja Gaiden's DNA lives in their future products. It's a definite must-play for fans of both hack and slash and hardcore combat. Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origins. When you think about it, this isn't really a surprising choice for the list, given how Team Ninja were the ones who developed the city of Final Fantasy NT. But at least they were given the chance to play to their strengths this time around when it came to Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins. The game was met with some skepticism by Final Fantasy fans during its reveal, but not us. We knew that when it came down to gameplay, Strangers of Paradise would deliver. We ended up getting solid combat that came with an interchangeable class system true to the Final Fantasy legacy. This meant that the game offered a ton of build variety and versatility in being able to play how you want. Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins is a brutal interpretation of this long-running franchise. It may not be a quote-unquote must-play for some Final Fantasy fans, but those looking forward to action games like Wulong shouldn't sleep on this underrated gem. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is a game that we strongly recommend. And we're not just saying that because it's a From Software game. Sekiro features arguably the most hardcore combat system that From Software has ever developed, featuring a posture system that demands momentum through split-second sword clashes. It's an adrenaline-fueled game that also feels good to watch. I mean, guys, we're still watching YouTube clips of the boss fights years after the game was released. One of the reasons we're actually excited for Wulong was because it takes a lot from Sekiro's posture system, because honestly, more games should be doing this. Sekiro's combat system also allows for a similar pace with what happens with the back and forth stamina management in the other Team Ninja games. It's definitely another out of the many reasons to play this game while waiting for Wulong. Nioh 2. With Dark Souls making waves the past decade, it felt like destiny for a developer like Team Ninja to show people how to really make a Souls clone. But what came out was a game that transcended the Dark Souls formula. The first Nioh offered a faster pace that came with a variety of weapons, each coming with 3 stances. If that wasn't enough, skill trees were available for each weapon that unlocks new moves. Add in key pulses, on-mew magic, and a universal stamina system in the mix, and you'll see something that is surely to set itself apart from other Souls titles. And that's just the combat. You'll also have to take into account the loot system, weapon and upgrade variety, and overall mission and gameplay loop. And in case you haven't noticed, we've only been talking about the first game so far. The second game is that and more. Plus, you get to create your own character there. Seeing how Nioh 2 became something more than a Souls-like is the real reason why we're putting a lot of faith in Wulong Fallen Dynasty this coming March 3rd. So what do you guys think about the list and the upcoming Team Ninja game? Let us know in the comments below. Till then, this is Game8 Information Station, signing off.